What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about Kevin Owens. There's been rumors running around for months that he is going to AEW when his contract is over. And I'm here to tell you guys it's probably the worst mistake he could ever make. Um, it used to be that you would go to AEW because of the lighter schedule, and that you would go to AEW because it's funny because Meltzer, but when he mentions AEW now, he mentions the house show business, which is funny because AEW doesn't run house shows. So Meltzer's making up shows out of thin air now. But getting back to Owens, we're going to try to stay on topic with this one. They did a deal after Bad Blood on Sunday. I did not go see it, even though I walked right past it. I was sitting in line leaving the building when that attack went down. And apparently, by the time we got back on I 75 going up through Atlanta, it was already going viral on YouTube and people were already tweeting it out. My son actually goes, "Dad, look at this." And he showed me the footage. Um, I got to tell you, it was brilliantly done. But, Jim Cornette brought up a good thing. Is this the beginning of the end for Kevin Owens? Are they leading to a match with Cody? I don't know when they would do it because Cody's already got Gunther at Crown Jewel, and then we got Survivor Series right after that. Um, so I don't know when they would have time to do this unless it happens on a random SmackDown somewhere. Which to me, that is too big of a match to just put on a random SmackDown. However, if Kevin Owens is leaving, we all know that WWE jobs people on the way out. WWE, if you're on the way out with WWE, you do the honors. You put over the champion. You put over whoever you need to put over on your way out, make them look good and strong. Um, so if that happens on a random episode of SmackDown and Kevin Owens does leave, will he go to AEW? My answer is yes. Um, if they decide to go that route and job him out because they can't re-sign him because he doesn't want to resign, um, then yes, he is going to AEW. He is good friends with the Young Bucks. Kevin Owens is actually one of the ones that introduced, that got Don Callis and Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega together. He was one of the conduits to push that along and get that whole thing set up and rolling back a few years ago. Um, he likes to do his comedy wrestling, Kevin Owens does. I'm a huge fan of Owens, but he does tend to want to go down the comedy route, down the old yuck yuck wrestling route, and do stupid spots and everything else, and just make it seem like it's a phony little comic book thing instead of an actual wrestling show. Or not a comic book thing, video game thing, I should say. I've said it many times on this channel. I like wrestling. I like video games. I like wrestling in my video games, but I don't like video games in my wrestling. And Kevin Owens is one of those guys where, when left off to his own devices, he likes to, Cornette was even talking about how he used to go into business for himself in Ring of Honor and cut 30-minute promos when they only had 20 minutes of time and stuff like that. So, again, Owens can, he's proven that he can perform in front of 16,000 people in WWE. However, his mentality is these 3,000 people in a rec center, which AEW isn't even drawing 3,000 people nowadays. So what the hell? Um, Hell, WWE looked better on Tuesday night than AEW did because they did switch from the big arena to the factory, and it did look a little bit more like a underground, good setup. It honestly reminded me of when they would go into Full Sail. And I wish NXT would go back to Full Sail. But anyway, Kevin Owens. Look, the bottom line is this: it's not going to be a needle mover for them. It's not going to do anything. The only thing that will change AEW right now, they could sign Steve Austin tomorrow. They could sign, they could sign the Undertaker tomorrow. They could sign, let's see, who's a big name star. Hell, I'll even go as far as to say right now they could sign Roman Reigns, and it would not make a difference. And the reason why it would not make a difference is because it's the same guy booking this crappy wrestling. It's the same coked up snowman booking this mess. Do I think he'll leave? Yeah. Why? Because he wants a payday and he wants to try something new and he wants to be left onto his own devices. And to Kevin Owens, I say, you may want to think long and hard before you make that decision, Kevin. Do you want to perform in front of 16,000 people for a company that's red hot right now, dare say white hot right now? Or do you want to perform in front of 3,000 people in a 15,000 seat building where it echoes like crazy, you know, and it's just for the Dave Meltzer internet fans and nobody cares and their audience is dropping dramatically year after year in the same week. They almost had, NXT almost tripled the WWE or the AEW audience on Tuesday. Yes, I know. It's different. It's not their normal night. Blah 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 blah. I don't want to hear it because I went and did the same thing last year, and with the same competition, and drew more fans than they did this year. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? And I don't want to hear that one's broadcast and one is cable because last year NXT was on cable and they still whipped their ass. So think about this, Owens. Kevin. Yeah, he's going to go back to, we get to see the return of Kevin Steen and maybe Sami Zayn will follow him and become, Generico. Oh, give me a break. Nobody was tuning in to see it before. Why should anybody going to tune in to see that shit now? Guess what? They won't. If Daniel Bryan can't move the needle, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him this week. If Bryan Danielson can't move the needle, if Edge, Adam Copeland can't move the needle, then who can? The answer is nobody because it's not about the talent. It's not about the stars. It's not about who they have and who they don't have. It's about that coked up, out of whack, out of touch, video game, internet fed, mark bullshit artist Tony Khan. It's about Tony Khan and his booking. Because guess what? Let's say he does go up there or down there. Yay, we get Kevin Steen back. That lasts all of maybe what? 2 months? And then he's feuding with the fucking Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus down there. Or he's feuding with fucking the Acclaimed or something stupid. He's doing something stupid because it's a stupid idiot booking. I don't me personally, if I'm Kevin Owens' agent, if he has an agent, I'm telling him, look, they're going to offer you a ton of money, but you're not going to be creatively fulfilled because you're going to go from operating in front and wrestling in front of 17,000 people for a Raw or SmackDown to wrestling in front of 3,000 marks who, when you could kill puppies in the ring and they'll still cheer for you because I don't know why. At this point, I don't know why. I don't know why those 3,000 people go to the shows. I don't know why the 190,000 tune in. I don't know why. It's gotten to the point where I don't even watch it on my DVR. I did not watch any of this past week's Dynamite. I won't watch it next week. Why? Because they got a coked out loser booking. They got a coked out money mark loser booking. And nobody with any clout in this industry, not Sean Ross Sapp, not Mike Johnson, Dave Scher may, well, Mike Johnson and Dave Scher have said it, but not Sean Ross Slap, not the idiots over there at Woke Wrestling, which is post wrestling, not the idiot from WrestleNomics, not Dave Meltzer, not Brian Alvarez, I don't know about Wade Keller because I don't listen to him, but nobody has, with any sort of clout, with Tony Khan's ear, has the balls to tell him, look, it's not working. You need to give the book to somebody else. And with WWE, yes, they don't do house shows very often anymore. They maybe run once a month for house shows. They didn't run any house shows this past weekend. Why? Because of the pay-per-view being on a Saturday. Yes, I know they got the holiday tour coming up, but that's different. You expect to run in the holidays, no, during the holidays, no matter what form of live entertainment you're in. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Should Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, should he be going to AEW? My gut says yes, he'll go, but my heart wants me to beg him to stay with WWE. Their house show business, they're not going to run house shows anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. You just have to show up at TV. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get what the appeal is for so many WWE guys wanting to jump ship to a company that is losing viewers week after week, year over year. Yeah, they got the new television deal, but guess what that's going to do? That's going to cause these leeches to go over there and milk money out of a losing company, out of a losing revenue stream. And TNT and TBS, if you're listening, you can only put up with this for so long before you have to tell them you're canceled. Anyway, folks, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Kevin Owens is leaving? If so, does he go to AEW? Is AEW the right fit for him? You know, who are you going to wrestle in front of? Oh, you get to hone your craft. You get to perform your craft. You know, there's indie shows out there that draw 3,000 people. MLW can draw 3,000. Hell, the Micro Wrestling Federation or whatever it is down there in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, I guarantee you they draw at least 300 on their shows on the weekends. You're going to get to that level. You're approaching indie level crowd sizes when you get to below 3,000 people to me. And these are people who shut Dave Meltzer up when he said on a lark, no, you can't draw more, no indie promotion can draw more than 10,000. Well, guess what? It's very evident that the people showed up to that very first All In show to prove Meltzer wrong, and that was it. Because guess what? Guess what? They go run the same arena, and it's not even half full. What happened to the other 15,000 people? And that's being generous. Anyway, folks, I'm going to jump off of here. If you see a big rig on the road, let us over if we need to get over. Do not tailgate us. Give us plenty of room out here. Go the speed limit. If you can't see our mirrors, we can't see you. We'll see you down the road.